Good morning. I'm Karen. This is Veronica's Dreams Coaching and Tarot. And today we will do our daily reading. Let me fix this mic, please. And then we will take a look at current energies and, the influences around them. I'm going to use the Astromatrix today. And keep in mind, I do personal readings. Link to my emails below. Just email me with what you want, and then I'll provide instructions. Just as a reminder, and I probably should put this somewhere, but my readings range anywhere from, 40 to, well, $150, because I will do readings by the hour. Readings by the hour. So the first hour is $120, and then for each consecutive minute, it's like $1 a minute, so $60 an hour. So if we go like an hour and 10 minutes, it's 130. And usually I go by the quarter hour. I don't go by 10 minutes. But anyway, so, and those readings would be like Zoom readings. Okay, so what do we need to know? Where we're conversing back and forth. What do we need to know today? And then, so just to explain, the other readings are, I just upload a unlisted video to YouTube, and then you can share it with who you like, but only if you share it will anyone be able to see it. So it's private. Private according to you. As private as you want it to be. Okay, here we go. Current situation. Wheel of Fortune. That's a busy card. Okay. I'm going to do past influence, Ten of Wands, present influence, Five of Pentacles, negative, positive. Okay. What you don't see, what to look for. Ooh, watch the stress. Okay. Challenge. Three of Swords. Okay. Future influence. Strength and outcome. Knight of Wands and advice. Knight of Swords. Five of Wands is at the bottom of the deck, so we're still playing with this conflicted energy. So, and we do have in the negative the Seven of Cups. So now this is becoming rougher and rougher, because I would say if this is now in the negative or the challenge area, it means that we're struggling with making those choices, and I feel like that's what this is. There's an opportunity here to move forward and away from your whatever situation you're in now. Here's the thing. This past influence of the Ten of Wands tells me that things are coming to an end, or they have come to an end, the hard work. And this, you are at a turning point right now. And that turning point is a little bit difficult. I'm not going to lie. It's not easy. There's there's some tough energy here, but I do feel like, you've worked really hard, and this shows that, that Ten of Wands is that burden feeling, but this is in the past. And right now, with the current situation being the wheel, is things are progressing, things are moving forward, they're moving away. Your present energy is the Five of Pentacles, which tells me that this has an energy to me of, this is the one I was telling you, I don't feel like, you feel like you don't fit in, but this one in particular, I get the feeling that you feel like you're being left out in the cold. Again, like you don't belong, but almost like someone's not being 100% honest with you. That's the feeling I'm getting. But what I do feel like is things are changing. They really are. With that wheel being in the present situation or the current situation, things are definitely changing. Your negative influence is the cups, and I think right now you're focused. And it could be like all the readings, right, have talked about making decisions and making choices, but it feels like you're stuck here in a way. But I feel like the reason why this is negative is because it could, whatever choice you make, one way or another, might bring sadness. And that's the challenge, right? Is okay, when we change what we're doing, change who we're around, whether it's a job or relationship, even our home, or anything like that, when we make big changes, there's always something that we leave behind, especially when we're making a big change, which to me, anytime the wheel shows up in a reading, it's a pretty big change. It's a big movement is what it is more than anything. But I feel like this has been in the works, and there is some worry about that. Being the negative, being the choices, and the challenge being the Three of Swords. It almost feels to me like you need to do something, and I think you even know what you need to do. But I feel like you really are going to feel like you might miss something, hurt somebody, or get hurt yourself, or be kind of separated from somebody. Now that somebody could be a family member, could be a friend, could be the work people. Your strength is the Two of Cups, so there is someone, again, there's a relationship here that's helping you through this, I believe. And this relationship is your strength right now. And I feel like that is going to be what leads to this. It's going to help with the strength. See, this is going to be the future influence, is the strength. And I think this relationships helps you be strong. I don't know that's necessarily love. It doesn't have to be a love relationship. It definitely can be a friendship, a work relationship, something of that nature. But whatever this relationship is, I think that's just someone there to help you. I think it's recognize those people that are around to help you. The Six of Cups and what you don't see. Again, this is something that's going to remind you of the past, and I think we talked about this yesterday. And it's definitely going to be hard because this could be a big forward movement. I mean, really, because this is what to watch for is the stress. And I think that's another thing is this, what to watch for is to watch for living too much in the future. Don't plan your future on something you don't know about. You know what I mean? Like, don't live so much in the future that you're forgetting to live in the now. The now is the most important. Don't want to stay in the past. You don't want to live in the future. But I do feel like there's going to be some kind of reminder of the past. But I feel like that makes you worry about the future. So this relationship, let's say, this is an example and it doesn't have to be love, but let's say you were in a really tough relationship and it lasted a long time, and maybe you struggled getting out of that relationship, or you were finally proud of yourself for getting away from it or out of it, or just being done with it. But there's something new coming in, and it's a new relationship, and it makes you think about the past, and then you start worrying, is it going to end up, and am I going to be able to really see the difference, or you know what I mean? Like, am I going to make the same mistakes I made in the past? And this could be any area of life. It could be work. Am I just going to relive the past? And that's why that's why I'm thinking about the future so much, because I don't want it to be like the past. This is the feeling I'm getting. But the outcome is the Knight of Wands, which says to me that things are really going to start moving forward. And this booklet isn't all of that good. The only thing I do like about it, it does show you the signs and the planets that go along with the cards. But I do want to look and see what it says about the Knight. Your inner wisdom and light illuminates your path. Above every other thing, trust yourself. That's kind of nice. Being passionate and energetic, being adventurous. So it is leading to something that's going to mean a lot to you. And I do feel like that with the Knight of Wands. Also, there's a lot of energy behind it. I'm going to let's pull a little bit more. Where are we at? Okay. Tell me more about this Knight and outcome. Page of Pentacles, Two of Pentacles, and the Moon. And where does this lead after this? Yeah, I mean, you're putting the energy, and you're going to have to put some energy into it and decide whether it's worth it or not. But the Knight of Wands is the Page of Pentacles, Two of Pentacles, and the Moon, which says there's going to be a little bit of healing and learning and balancing. I think the Moon reminds us that to always look at things from different angles, because the Moon casts those shadows. But I feel like this Knight of Wands, it's almost like it gives you perspective. And then you can decide whether it's worth it or not. But you'll cultivate it and you'll work through it. So that's where that leads. But this is very current energy. So there's something here. Think about this as, over the next few days. I feel like this energy, especially, the influences, when we do daily readings, think of those influences as very current. Even the future influence is, again, the next few days when we do a daily reading. The Knight of Wands in the outcome, think about it too. It's a stop along the way. And this is very current energy. Again, when we're doing dailies, this doesn't mean that this is the ending, right? This doesn't mean it's the actual outcome completely. That's why sometimes I'll say, where does this go? Because this is going to be a couple weeks down the line where this is really current. Our Knight of Swords is our advice. I'm gonna see what the book says, but I feel like that's like, go for it, like do your things that you need to do. Swords are last, always last. Okay, that's interesting, because normally I wouldn't even think of this with the Knight of Swords. Change is hard to accept, but it takes you to use your full potential and reap the fruit of your labor. I think that's what that's saying. Understand that change needs to happen, right? Because if changes don't happen, you stay stagnant. And that's interesting with the cards and the wheel and all of that. So I think that's embrace changes. Go after it with gusto. Go after it with, full ambition, with everything you have, because whatever's this wheel is, to me, this is going to be good. Now, the reason why we have the hard cards is because change is hard. That's all of that is. I mean, I want to emphasize that this doesn't mean that this energy is going to end up negative. Change is hard. But I feel like this is the energy of what we've been talking about, where you don't belong. But I feel like I feel like this totally is the energy of feeling like you are not getting the information that you need. And I think that definitely feels like love or work, something that's really important to you, that you deal with on a regular basis. So if it's not love or work, it's who you are around regularly. And you feel like you're being left out in the cold. And whether that's true or not, I mean, we do eventually have the moon, which says things aren't always as they seem. Um, that can be the issue. But anyway, I think that's an important thing to look at, especially when we see Three of Swords, Nine of Swords, um, Five of Pentacles. Those are all tough cards. But this is saying to embrace the change, because there is some tough parts of change, but without those changes, we can't better ourselves, or we can't move up to the next level, or level up, so to speak. So there you have it. I hope you enjoyed this. Good energy. It's just a matter of dealing with change. And I still feel like there's a lot of change coming on in here over the next probably couple months, maybe even to the end of the year. So there you have it. Take care. Have a beautiful day.